Section 1. The Myth of Quick Profits, a New Path for Digital Money. There's a popular story out there about digital money. It's a story you've probably heard. A friend of a friend buys a random, funny-named token for pennies. Then a celebrity tweets about it, and bam, the price shoots to the moon. Your friend's friend is now on a yacht, and you're left wondering if you should have invested your lunch money. This is the myth of the crypto gold rush. Quick profits, wild speculation, and treating digital currencies like lottery tickets. It's exciting, it's dramatic, but for most people, it ends in disappointment. This model made a few people very rich, but it left many more with empty digital wallets and a feeling of being left out. Section 2. What is GCV? Unpacking the global consensus value. So, what exactly is this GCV? It sounds like a complicated term, maybe something from a university economics textbook, but the idea behind it is actually very simple. GCV stands for Global Consensus Value. Let's break that down. Global means it's for everyone all around the world. Consensus means it's based on a collective agreement. Value means what it's worth. Put it all together, and GCV is the value for pi that the global community of users agrees upon. It is a value born from shared belief and collective action, not dictated by the unpredictable whims of speculative markets. It is a social contract, a promise between millions of pioneers. Think of it this way. The price of $1, the price of €1 is backed by governments and central banks. The price of Bitcoin is largely determined by supply and demand on open exchanges, which leads to its famous volatility. Section 3. The symbolic number. Why $314,159? Now let's talk about the number that has become the banner for the GCV movement. $314,159. When you first see it, your reaction might be one of disbelief. That's a huge number. It seems impossibly high, especially for a currency that is not yet on major exchanges. And you're right to question it. This number is not based on a current market analysis or a trading chart. Its origin is symbolic and its purpose is deeply tied to the identity of the pi network itself. The number is a direct reference to the mathematical constant pi, 3.14159. It's a clever, memorable, and unifying symbol. Choosing $314,159 was a masterstroke of community branding. It's not a random number pulled out of thin air. It's a number that every single pioneer understands instantly. It connects the currency directly to its name and its mission. By rallying around this specific value, the community creates a strong, unified front, a declaration of shared ambition and long-term vision. The number acts as a North Star, a common goal that millions of people can focus on. Section 4. How GCV creates real value. From belief to utility. A symbolic number is a great starting point, but belief alone doesn't pay the bills. So how does a consensus value like $314,159 translate into real, tangible worth? The answer is simple and profound. Utility. Value is created every single time someone uses pi to buy a real product or pay for a real service. Each transaction, no matter how small, is a vote of confidence in the GCV. It's a micro-event that reinforces the collective agreement. Think of it like building a house brick by brick. Every successful trade is another brick laid in the foundation of pi's value. The more bricks, the stronger the house. This process transforms pi from a speculative digital asset into a true medium of exchange. When a farmer in Vietnam sells a bag of rice for a fraction of a pi and then uses that pi to pay for his child's online tutoring from a teacher in Brazil, the currency has demonstrated its utility. It has solved a real-world problem. It has facilitated a trade that might have been difficult or expensive using traditional banking systems. In that moment, for those two individuals, pi's value is not theoretical. It is as real as the rice and the education it paid for. The GCV simply provides the agreed-upon accounting system to make that trade fair and understandable for both parties. This creates a virtuous cycle. As more people see that pi can be used to acquire valuable goods and services, their belief in its worth grows. This increased belief encourages more merchants to start accepting pi. As more merchants accept pi, its utility expands even further, attracting more users and strengthening the belief in its value. This is how an economy bootstraps itself into existence. It starts with a shared belief, the GCV, which inspires action, bartering, commerce, which in turn creates proven utility. One of the biggest problems in the world of digital currencies is volatility. Prices can skyrocket one day and crash the next. This makes it almost impossible for them to be used as a day-to-day currency. Imagine a coffee shop owner trying to set a price for a latte when the value of the currency could be cut in half by lunchtime. This is the chaos of a market driven purely by speculation. The global consensus value is designed to be the antidote to this problem. By establishing a stable, community-agreed-upon value, GCV aims to create the predictability needed for a real economy to flourish. When the entire community is focused on maintaining a consistent value, it becomes much harder for external market forces or a small group of large holders, often called whales, to manipulate the price. The goal is to create a currency that is boringly stable, because stability is what you want from your money. This stability has a profound effect on merchants. A business owner is much more likely to accept a currency if they can trust its value. With GCV, a merchant can price their goods in pi with confidence. They can create business plans, manage inventory, pay their suppliers without constantly worrying about wild price swings. Instead of attracting day traders, a stable pi attracts entrepreneurs, builders, creators who want to build sustainable businesses. It's a choice between two very different futures: the path of speculation or the path of utility, where value is built slowly and steadily through millions of real-world transactions. The GCV model is a bet on the second path. It's a bet that a currency built for the many can be more resilient and ultimately more valuable than one built for the few. The idea behind GCV fits perfectly with the broader vision of Web3. At its core, Web3 is about shifting power from centralized corporations to decentralized networks of individuals. A few giant companies control our data, our content, our online interactions. Web3 dreams of a different internet, owned and governed by its users. It's about building systems that are more transparent, fair, democratic. The path to making GCV a global reality is not without its obstacles. It's a bold and ambitious vision, and bold visions always face challenges. The biggest challenge comes from within the community itself. The temptation to cash out for a quick, small profit is strong. Some pioneers may be eager to sell their coins for a few dollars on the first exchange that lists them. This behavior directly undermines the GCV. The existing crypto world is built on speculation. Exchanges make money from trading fees, so they have a vested interest in volatility. This will create a conflict between the market price on these exchanges and the consensus value held by the community. Resisting this pressure will require incredible discipline and unity. The community must collectively choose to ignore the short-term market price and continue building its internal economy based on the GCV. Education is also a constant battle. As the Pi network grows, millions of new users will join, many with a get-rich-quick mindset. We must constantly explain the philosophy behind GCV, share success stories of utility, and guide them on how to participate in the barter economy. Finally, there is the technical and logistical challenge: user-friendly apps, secure wallets, robust platforms for commerce. While the PiCore team provides the basic infrastructure, it is up to the community of developers and entrepreneurs to build the rich ecosystem of applications that will make the Pi economy thrive. Overcoming these challenges requires a coordinated effort, unwavering belief in the vision, and a lot of hard work. But the prize, a fair and stable global currency, is worth the fight. So, here we are. We've talked about the myth, we've talked about the meaning, we've talked about the mission of the global consensus value. We've seen how it's a symbolic number. We've seen how it's a tool against speculation. We've seen how it's a cornerstone of a new, decentralized economy. But GCV is not a spectator sport. It is a plan of action, and it requires you. The future value of Pi is a blank page that we, the community, must write together. If you are a pioneer, your task is simple. Start using your Pi. Don't let it just sit in your wallet. Find a way to participate in the Pi economy.